Man, we are living on ungodly times. I'm telling you, man, for real. Like, I was just looking at another video here of a young man, a very fine young man, but he got divorced at 22 years, 2 weeks after his marriage. This is crazy because as a young person, this is the time to enjoy your youthfulness, to enjoy the worth of your youth, as you are instructed by God. So, it's crazy, lost. Like, let us now look at this video to see what's up. But before we look at it, please, can you please just subscribe? I'll wait. I know I'm kidding, but please subscribe and share and also like. Let us now look at this video.
Okay, ladies and gentle people, this is how I became divorced at 22 years old. This is going to be very simplified. I would rather undershare than overshare. I have reached out to members, friends and family members, both myself and my ex-wife, to find the best way to do this. And we all pretty much...
Just imagine in this age, calling someone an ex-wife. Man, so unfortunate, so unfortunate.
Came to the same conclusion of do not share more than is needed. But if at some point I feel the need to elaborate, I might do that. There might be longer versions of this with breakdowns and parts. But let's get into it. Okay, so I got married May 17th of this year. And shortly before that, my wife, or ex-wife, started a new job. And that's important to know. So we ended up moving into our apartment together in mid-July. I believe it was July 16th. Between the when we got married and that time, we were living with my parents. So we move in about 2 weeks after that. My wife has just a breakdown, comes in my office, has a breakdown about, I feel like we might have rushed into this, we did things too soon, blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't like we need to split, it was just I'm freaking out. So, okay, let's talk through it. And about a week later...
Sorry to interrupt. The way she's so skeptical, it really shows that there is something, playing with your mind. I'm just saying, because like the devil likes attacking people, especially people who are married. When you are in a relationship, the devil won't pay much attention, but when you're married,
She apologizes, says, hey, I think I was just having kind of a mental breakdown. I'm like, hey, that's fine. I get it. In scary times, I had a freak out. I think it was like the third night that we were staying in the apartment, just about like, missing my family. So some time goes on, and now we're in August, and there's another freak out. And I feel like we rushed into this blah, blah, blah. Well, we meet with our premarital counselor, our counselors, I guess, but they did our premarital counseling. We talked through it, and they're like, hey, this is super common. We see this in young married couples all the time. Let's, set some expectations for one another just so you guys can help each other out. And we did. And, I think in my head, things are going great. Okay, so Monday, September 15th rolls around, and I leave work a little early. She tells me that she wants me to come home so we can talk. And so we go home, or I go home, and I get there, and she's like, hey, I'm not ready to talk just yet. Go play the game. So I'm like, okay, I play the game for an hour. Go back in, hey, I'm not ready to talk just yet. Go play the game. Okay, go back in for an hour. Whatever. So basically she tells me, hey, I don't know, I don't want to talk about this. I think that it's just not worth talking about. And me being an anxious person, I'm like, well, is it something small, or is it something like you want to move out? And she's just kind of like, I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like, there's just so many things happen so quick, and I don't know. Well, either way, we talked through things a little bit. I think she can tell that I'm upset. She could tell that I was upset, so she just kind of dialed back. Maybe, I don't know what her mind space is or head space is in any of this. Well, the following Saturday rolls around. Everything's all hunky-dory for me. I go out with my buddy. We put out some bags of corn and stuff.
One thing I like about this boy, about this young man here, is honesty. He's very honest, to be honest.
And then I get home. She's like, hey, when are you going to be home? I tell her, and she's like, okay, great. I'm going to take a shower. I'll see you when you get home. Well, I get home. She got her bags packed. Hey, I'm going to stay with my mom. I need some space away. I might be back Wednesday. I don't know. Can we talk? Nope. Gone. Out the door. Gone. Poof. Gone. No contact that Sunday, that Monday. Then Tuesday night, I finally call her. Now, mind you, in between this, I'm over at my best friend's house. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking out. And I say no contact. There were a couple texts sent. Well, she also goes over there and is with him and his girlfriend and just talking to them. And it's, they're trying to figure out what's going on. And they're asking her questions. Hey, is there anything going on that might be causing this? Is there anything, She's like, no, nothing. Well, so Tuesday night I call her. And this is now, let me get the date. Yeah, so Tuesday the 23rd of September, I call her, and things seem well. And I'm like, hey, do you want to go out tomorrow? She's like, yeah. So her and I go out. We have a great dinner, and she tells me, like, look, I've decided I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to run away. Like, we're going to work on this together. I can't leave you. I don't want to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. Awesome. But you need to do this and this and this and this and this. And mind you,
to prove that there was really something playing with her mind, it's because she's very skeptical. Right now she changed her mind. She want to fix things, She want to fix things now, but
everything's been fairly normal for me up to this point, up until her leaving. So thing number one was therapy. So I put myself in therapy. I get couples therapy for the two of us. I'm paying out the butt for it, but whatever. This is necessary, whatever means. She's like, I'm not ready to move back in yet, but we'll see. So we have our first therapy session that following Sunday, and just to kind of collapse all this down, eventually after like a week or so, she moves back in. Things are going great. I'm cooking dinner every single night, right? She did almost nothing around the apartment, and I would complain about that because it's like, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. Cooking, cleaning, everything, laundry, everything. I'm doing everything, right? I like made up her closet for her and stuff and whatever. I'm just like, I'm trying to show her whatever it is that you need, I'm gonna do. And I just start.
Just imagine being put in a situation whereby you just have to, prove that you're the bigger person. Like, oh wow. Like, just imagine, and as a man, having to cook and to clean every day when you have a wife, when you're married. This is bad.
Working on myself and start trying to be, the best husband that I could possibly be. And it's stuff that I should have been doing beforehand, but it's like, this is my first time. I'm a kid. Well, 3 weeks go by. Let me go back to my text to figure out the date. So, mind you, during this time too, she's like trying to get me to buy her a new car and like a gaming PC, and we're coming up with all these. I mean, it's amazing. It seemed like the most perfect marriage. Well, Sunday, October 12th rolls around, and things have been going great. We have our therapy session, and the therapist is like, guys, I think we made a breakthrough. And we're laughing, giggling, whatever. Well, therapy session ends. She looks at me, hey, I'm dropping out of nursing school.
Whoa, just imagine. Just after thinking you're having a breakthrough, I mean, your emotions are up at this time. You're almost happy that, hey, things are going fine. But then, she drops a bomb. Oh.
When did you make that decision? She's like, last week. I was like, okay, all right. I support you. That's a big decision. That gives us more time to spend together. I guess work through these things. Break down.
She got a job. Now she's dropping out of college. Something is fishy.
Anxiety, full on, just freaking out. My jump to is, hey, let's pray. She doesn't want to. She goes, jumps in the shower. She freaks, I can't do this.
This reminds me of that parable that was told by Jesus Christ, the parable of a spirit being chased out. When it comes back to a person, it comes back with 7 more, and the person act worse than before. So I think I can relate this story with that girl, because obviously these two people, they are Christians. That said, they came to a conclusion that they want to get married because they have Christian beliefs, So right now, this situation, it shows that there is something demonic that was playing with that girl's mind, his wife's mind. Right now she doesn't even need prayers to show her there is something behind her mind, something bigger than her controlling her, because she's even refusing prayers.
So I can't do this. I thought I could, whatever. And I'm like, hey, let's get in the car, because car rides always calmed her down. let's get in the car and ride around. In the car, I've been lying to you. I've been doing X, Y, X, Y. And I go, have you been cheating? And she looks at me, yeah. With who? It's her boss.
Oh. You know, my question is, how did she get that job? How did she get that job? How did she get it? You know? Now she she's cheating after she's cheating after getting the job. There must be a way whereby she got this job, you know? Oh.
So she says that, and you know, I've always been a very emotional person, but in that moment, I couldn't cry, I couldn't get angry, all I could do was drive. And in my head, I'm just praying while listening and trying to talk, and basically she says, I find out over time that she had started emotionally cheating, which let's just call it what it is. She started cheating 2 weeks after we moved into our apartment. So mind you, this is 2 months after we got married. And that, if we do the timeline here, that's when the first freak out happened.
Oh, 2 weeks after marriage, she started cheating. Wow. Okay, I thought maybe they divorced 2 weeks after. Okay, she started cheating 2 weeks after the marriage. Whoa. Just the time of, you know, what is it called? After wedding, you go to another, what is it called? Honeymoon. She started cheating during honeymoon. I mean, she got a job, you know. The job, we don't know how she got it. Now she's, wow. She was breaking down during that time. Now she's confessing. I mean, like the spirit is manifesting. The spirit that has been playing with her mind all along.
When she came into my office. And then, apparently it was just that, and then towards the time of the second freak out, before she moved out, was when they had started making plans to be physical. And then during the time between that freak out and her moving out is when they actually did have a level of physical relation. And then, mind you, this all comes out the day before I'm supposed to hop on a flight for a promotion that I just received. And she tells me that this has been going on, that it's most likely going to continue going on, and not crying about it, not upset about it. Actually, I'll just tell you guys, laughing at my crying, because eventually I do start.
You know, I don't understand this girl. Maybe because I don't know, I haven't heard her story. But to me, it sounds like she was using him. She loved him before she got a job, but after she gets a job, she started cheating. She started freaking out, thinking that she made a wrong decision by marrying, you know. It's like now she found herself.
Of course. She's like, look, let's go back to the apartment, which is out there. And I'm like, okay. We get back to the apartment. She's like, look, I need to call him. Mind you, I'm falling apart. Look, I need to call him. I need to make sure he's okay. So she leaves for 2 hours while it's like 12 o'clock at night. I can't sleep. I can't do anything, right? I have a flight to catch the next morning. I can't do anything. I'm falling apart. Finally, she comes home. She's like, look, I don't want to talk about this. Let's just lay down. So I get like 2 hours of sleep, wake up, get on a flight, and absolutely bomb. Do terrible, right? Because how could you do well? And during this week, while I'm gone, all I'm thinking of is, okay, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix this? I don't know how I'm going to fix it. How do you forgive? Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. And wow, God is good. Because though I didn't fix it, he kept me functioning better than I would have without him. And so then I get back. She ends up actually picking me up from the airport that Thursday night. We hang out. She drives me back to the apartment, goes and stays at her mom's. Friday morning, wake up. We go on a date. It's great. We're having a good time. It's a little weird, but we're having a good time. Well, eventually, we go back to the apartment. She falls asleep. I go through her phone, and it is her and him dogging on me, talking about how she's going to stand on my good side so she can get things from me, and all sorts of terrible stuff. And so I'm like, hey, wake up. Let's go. And she's like, oh my gosh, did you go through my phone? I'm like, yeah, I did. And then...
Whoa. Wow. She was saying, on the text she was chatting with the new boyfriend that I want to get things from her husband. Maybe this is the reason she got married. Because this guy was working here, she was not working. That's the reason why after she got that job, she started cheating. Wow. It's very sad, Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's very sad. I feel like this young man here was taken advantage of. And like, I'm just proud of how he handled himself throughout the whole situation. He didn't overreact, That's a very good character. It's a very good character. But man, times that we are living in, man, we need to pray for our spouses. We need to pray before we get into marriage. We need to pray to the future so that when we are married to someone who's responsible, someone who has character, who is good. That's what I think, And also when we are in marriage, to keep on praying for our spouses, so that things like this do not happen. Please tell me in the comment section what you think about this video. Me, I think it's sad, man. I think it's sad. Please tell me what you think about it. Until then, catch you next time.